Hi, good morning. Happy Sunday. Today we are going to look at the observance of Law 9 of the 48 Laws of Power. So this is when we have a proper use of the law. Win through your actions and never through argument. Now today we're going to look at 1502, that's the year, and the setting is the Church of St. Maria del Fiore. And in that church held a huge piece of marble, a giant stone, but unfortunately there was a hole bored through the middle of it where the sculptor would have had the legs. There would have been legs there because this block was for a statue. And the mayor didn't really know what to do with the huge piece of marble, so he at first was going to hire Leonardo da Vinci to try to use the piece, but instead he wound up hiring Michelangelo, and Michelangelo was able to create a phenomenal statue, a young David, and the mayor was almost impressed. And this is when this law comes into place: win through your actions, never through argument. The mayor was looking at the statue. He said, everything looks good, everything checks out, but there's something with the nose. The nose is off. And Michelangelo, he knew not to argue with the mayor. He wasn't in a position to argue with the mayor. So what Michelangelo did, he knew that it wasn't his work, it was simply perspective. It was where the mayor was standing, and he just needed to see the statue in a new light. So what Michelangelo did, very clever, his action, Michelangelo went up the scaffolding, right up to the nose, and he gestured the mayor to move closer towards him and the scaffolding. And all the mayor saw was Michelangelo tapping away at the nose, and they were fake taps. He was fake tapping the nose, but also dispersing some marble dust falling off. So it looked like he was completely doing this for the mayor, because the mayor was very, he took his judgments on aesthetics very seriously. He prided himself on this, so he had to be right. And Michelangelo knew that about the mayor. So after Michelangelo gestured the mayor over to a different position and then did the taps on the nose, he asked the mayor how it looked, and he was awestruck. He was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is perfect. And Michelangelo won. He didn't do any more work. He did a simple charade, and that's a clear observance of the 9th law of power: winning through actions, never through argument. If an interpretation of the law, you could look back at Michelangelo and compare it to the engineer of Mucianus and his masts back in the transgression of Law 9. If Michelangelo chose to argue with the mayor, he wouldn't have gotten future commissions. If he chose to argue, the statue probably wouldn't have been displayed, and he would have ruined the relationship with the mayor. That's when, knowing what actions to take becomes really important. Not arguing with people who you don't have to argue with, because most of the time arguing doesn't work. And that's just an observance of the law with an interpretation. I don't know if there's anything I missed. It doesn't look like it. Just winning through your actions allows you to prove your point without offending anyone. And you don't want to offend anyone. That just stirs up ill will, and that lasts longer than any verbal victory. So congrats to Michelangelo there. Perfect example of winning through your actions and keeping everyone happy, including yourself. We'll look at some keys to power here with Law 9 in the next chapter. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.